A young doctor's defiance sparked a miracle. The love story of Evelyn and Dr. Noah Carter. The steady hum of machines filled the ICU at St. Jude's Medical Center. Their rhythmic beeping was the only sign of life in the sterile, fluorescent-lit room. Evelyn Marks lay motionless, her dark hair a stark contrast against the crisp white sheets. For 6 long months, the world-renowned tech mogul had been trapped in a coma, the mystery of her car accident lingering like a dark cloud. The media swirled with theories, but inside the quiet of the hospital, there was only stillness. Nurses moved with practiced precision, monitoring vitals and adjusting IVs. But none lingered like Dr. Noah Carter. He stood at Evelyn's bedside, his jaw clenched tight. His white coat hung loosely over a wrinkled shirt, a sign of sleepless nights spent at her side. His dark eyes flickered over the bandages wrapped around her chest, yellowed and stiff from neglect. His fingers hovered above them, tension thickening the air. "Noah, stop!" Margaret, the head nurse, said sharply, appearing at his side. "You can't just change your bandages without clearance. There's protocol." "Protocol," Noah repeated, his voice low but edged with defiance. "She's been lying here for 6 months with these wrapped too tight, restricting her breathing. I don't care about protocol. I care about saving her." Margaret's lips pressed into a thin line. "She's Evelyn Marks, billionaire, public figure. One wrong move. Her family isn't here." Noah cut in, his tone clipped. "I am, and I won't let this continue." Before Margaret could stop him, Noah grabbed a sterile pair of scissors and carefully snipped through the old fabric. As he peeled away the bandages, faint red indentations marked Evelyn's pale skin. Noah's breath caught. She'd been suffocating beneath hospital bureaucracy. "You're risking your career," Margaret whispered. "Then let them fire me," Noah muttered, replacing the bandages with clean ones, ensuring they were snug but not constricting. His fingers brushed her skin, a fleeting moment of warmth against cold stillness. The room fell silent. The heart monitor suddenly stuttered. A single beep stretched into another. Faster. Stronger. Noah's breath hitched. Margaret gasped, her clipboard clattering to the floor. The numbers on the monitor climbed. 60, 65, 70. Noah leaned closer, pulse racing. Evelyn's chest hitched faintly. Her lips parted slightly. A flicker of life. "What the hell?" he whispered. For the first time in 6 months, Evelyn Marks was changing. And Noah had just shattered the silence that had held her captive. The ICU glowed a dim blue at night. Machines hummed like restless ghosts. Noah sat in the corner, hunched over Evelyn's file, shadows etched deep into his face. Her heart monitor had calmed since that startling spike, but it lingered in his mind. Her pulse had surged as if she had felt him. It didn't add up. He swiped through her medical records. 6 months of scans and notes. Evelyn Marks, 33, crashed her Tesla on a rainy highway. No weaknesses, just a wreck and a coma. CT scans showed a mild concussion, minor bruising. No major damage. Yet she remained silent. A neurologist's note read, "Persistent vegetative state. Cause unclear." Unclear wasn't enough for Noah. He rubbed his tired eyes and replayed the moment he had changed her bandages. Had that triggered her response? No. Something deeper gnawed at him. Suspicion coiled tight in his chest. What if her coma wasn't natural? What if someone wanted her this way? He paced the room, sneakers squeaking against the floor. Evelyn lay still, ventilator hissing. Her face sharp, serene. A tech titan who had conquered Silicon Valley and Wall Street. She had enemies. Family. Rivals. Anyone who coveted her empire. Could they have silenced her? Noah's pulse raced. If his theory was right, he couldn't trust anyone. Not yet. He would investigate alone. He slipped into the supply room. The door creaked as he opened it. Shelves glinted with vials, morphine, saline. Then, behind a stack of gauze, he found it. An unmarked vial. Half full of clear liquid. No label. His breath caught. This wasn't standard. Pocketing it, his heart pounding, he returned to his office and called Jake, an old friend from med school who worked in the hospital's lab. Noah, it's 2 a.m. Jake groaned when he answered. I need you to analyze something. Off the books. Jake sighed but agreed. 2 days later, Jake called. Low-dose anesthetic, he said. Enough to keep someone under without knocking them out completely. Noah, what the hell is this about? Noah's stomach sank. Thanks, Jake. He hung up. Someone had been drugging Evelyn. Quiet sabotage. Someone close. Someone with motive. Her younger brother, Victor Marks. Victor was charming. Slick. Only 28, but already steering Evelyn's company after her accident. Noah had watched him from afar. The way he lingered too long. How he asked too many questions. He was too comfortable with power he hadn't earned. Noah dug deeper. He found security footage. A grainy video of Victor slipping a vial to a nurse, Lila Torres, during an overnight shift. Lila had since taken a leave of absence. Guilt? Noah confronted her in the break room. I didn't want to, Lila whispered, eyes darting. Victor said it was temporary. That Evelyn would wake up soon. He paid me $5,000. I didn't know it would go on this long. Her confession, paired with the footage, was enough. Victor wasn't just negligent. He was a predator. Noah printed stills from the footage. He collected Lila's statement. A folder thick with evidence tucked under his arm. He marched toward the hospital's executive lounge, where Victor was meeting with board members. Victor lounged in a leather chair, sipping coffee, his smirk confident, until he saw Noah. Dr. Carter, Victor drawled. What's this about? Noah slammed the folder onto the table. Photos and transcripts spilled out. You drug your sister, Noah said. You kept her in a coma so you could take over. Murmurs rippled through the room. Victor's smile didn't falter. That's a bold claim. Noah jabbed at the photos. Security footage. A confession. Try to deny it. Victor's eyes narrowed. You're playing a dangerous game. No. You are, Noah growled. The police get this next. For the first time, Victor's mask slipped. He grabbed his coat and stormed out. But Noah had won the first battle. Back in Evelyn's room, Noah sat beside her bed. She was breathing on her own now. The ventilator gone. Her progress steady. Her eyes opened more each day. I won't let them hurt you, he whispered, brushing her fingers lightly. And he meant it. 3 weeks later, Evelyn sat upright. Her strength returned in careful degrees. She spoke in faint whispers. Noah was there for every word, every blink of recovery. Why you? She asked one night. Noah smiled faintly. Because you're worth fighting for. Her eyes glistened. No one's ever said that. You built an empire, Noah said. But you don't have to stand alone anymore. Day by day, they pieced Evelyn's life back together. Noah helped her through physical therapy. Her first steps were shaky, but he caught her each time. Nights were filled with quiet conversations. Laughter. Stories. Noah shared his past, growing up in Brooklyn, fighting to become a doctor. Evelyn told him about her childhood. A father who pushed too hard. A brother who envied everything. Noah listened. And somewhere between shared silences and unspoken promises, they fell in love. Victor was arrested. The trial was swift and brutal. Evelyn's testimony was damning. She told the court of betrayal, of being drugged into silence. The verdict was guilty. One night, months later, as they stood on the balcony of her penthouse, Noah said, "The world thinks you saved me, but you saved yourself." Evelyn shook her head. "You were the reason I fought to come back." They kissed then, quiet and certain. And everything changed. They married in a small ceremony in Central Park. No press. No photographies. Just friends. And hope. Evelyn sold off most of her fortune. Billionaire no longer. She invested in clinics for women and children. She and Noah opened the Carter Marks Clinic in Brooklyn, a place where no one was turned away. Years passed. Their love grew stronger, rooted in trust and defiance of odds. They built a life out of what mattered. Hope, healing, and each other. And every night, as they closed the doors of the clinic and stepped onto the porch, Noah held Evelyn's hand, their fingers intertwined, their love a quiet light against the darkness. If this story moved you, how a young doctor's defiance sparked a miracle, how a millionaire found her soul again in his care, Then don't miss out on more tales like this. Subscribe to TEO, where every story pulls at your heartstrings and leaves you believing in the extraordinary. Hit that subscribe button now and join us for the next unforgettable journey.